Good morning and welcome to Biocon's Q4FY22 and full year earnings briefing. I want to start by saying that FY22 was indeed a transformational year for Biocon. Key strategic initiatives in our biosimilars business position us for long-term growth and value creation for our stakeholders. In Q4, we reported a strong consolidated revenue growth of 21% at 2,476 crores, driven by 48% growth in biosimilars, 26% in generics, and 15% in research services. Our gross R&D spends increased by 70% this quarter to 232 crores, reflecting our advancing pipeline. And we believe that this is essential to drive our future growth. Core EBITDA for the quarter was up 37% at 815 crores, representing healthy operating margins of 33%. Profit before tax, before exceptional items, stood at 384 crores, which was up 9%. On a full year basis, we delivered consolidated revenues of $1.1 billion or 8,397 crores and reported a core EBITDA growth of 18% at 2,669 crores with core EBITDA margins at 32%. I would now like to take you through consolidated revenue growth of our three businesses and then take you through consolidated performance on other aspects of our financials. Biocon Biologics grew 48% to 982 crores from 664 crores last fiscal, and at a full year level reported a 24% year-on-year growth at 3,464 crores. Generics delivered a 26% growth for Q4 at 717 crores, up from 570 crores in the previous fiscal, but on a full year basis delivered a flat performance. Research services was up 15% this quarter at 758 crores from 659 crores in the previous year. And for the full year, reported a growth of 19%, delivering revenues of 2,604 crores. Now let me come to other aspects of consolidated financials. Core EBITDA for the group in Q4 was up 37% at 815 crores versus 594 crores in the previous year, representing a healthy margin of 33%. Similarly, for the full year, core EBITDA was up 18% to 2,616 crores versus 2,270 crores in Q4 FY21. Representing a healthy margin of 32%. EBITDA for Q4 stood at 659 crores, which is up 3%, and for the full year was 2,183 crores, which is up 14%. Profit before tax, before exceptional items at a consolidated level for the quarter stood at 384 crores, which is up 9%. And for the full year was at 1,094 crores, which is up 4%. Our gross R&D spends increased by 70% this quarter to 232 crores, and for the full year were at 711 crores, reflecting our advancing pipeline that are so essential for driving our future growth. Our net profit for the quarter was at 239 crores and for the full year was at 648 crores. However, adjusted for dilution on account of our Boston startup Bicara, the mark-to-market loss on investments and exceptional items, our net profit for Q4 grew by 145% and for the full year by 23%. Now let me turn to segmental performance. Starting with biosimilars, which was the strongest growth driver this quarter and this fiscal, Biocon Biologics grew, as I mentioned earlier, 48%. And this was on the back of improved performance across developed and emerging markets. But of course, the single contributor to growth was our interchangeable biosimilar glargine in the US. The health of our operational and business performance is reflected in the core EBITDA margins being at 39% of revenues and growing 78% year on year this quarter. Q4 FY22 EBITDA was up 56% at 257 crores and EBITDA margins were at 26%. FY22 whole year EBITDA was up 35% at 1,013 crores and EBITDA margins stood at 29%. FY22 profit before tax before exceptional items also grew 49% to 543 crores versus the previous fiscal's 365 crores. Net R&D expenses at 310 crores represented 9% of revenues in FY22. The biosimilars business was backed by strong demand of all our products. I would also like to put this into perspective by saying that we have seen a steady and rising contribution and growth from biosimilar interchangeable Semglee over the quarters. In Q1 and Q2, we were trending at a quarterly run rate of roughly $100 million per quarter or 750 crores per quarter. Q3 and Q4 represent the strong breakaway on account of the contribution that insulin Semglee brought to the business, increasing growth from $100 million to $150 million per quarter or roughly 1,000 crores per quarter. The contribution of insulin Semglee to market share has risen sharply from about 2 to 3% in the first 2 quarters to now double-digit market share in Q4. We expect this to continue in terms of its growth trajectory, and as Viatris has indicated, will assume a mid to high teens market share by the end of this calendar year. We therefore expect the $150 million per quarter biosimilar business size to increase towards a near $200 million per quarter trajectory towards the end of this year. When we look at our oncology biosimilars products, Ogivri's market share has now started trending towards double digit. And in Europe, both Ogivri and Fulphila continue to improve performance. Ogivri continues to be the leading biosimilar in both Canada and Australia. In emerging markets, we continue to see strong demand for all our biosimilar products. And our biosimilar trastuzumab is certainly a market leader in many emerging markets in LATAM, AFMET, and Southeast Asia. Our biosimilar glargine continues to be a market leader in Malaysia. And most recently, we have been awarded a 3-year contract for Insugen in Malaysia, valued at approximately $90 million. We have also seen impressive growth in our branded formulations India business, which has recorded a 35% year-on-year growth this fiscal. In terms of development updates, we have made good progress in several biosimilar programs, where we have seen 2 of our biosimilar wave 2 programs, denosumab and ustekinumab, enter the clinic. In terms of our strategic transactions, our strategic acquisition of Viatris's biosimilars business is progressing towards regulatory closure and is on track to conclude in the second half of calendar year 2022. Biocon has also received firm commitments for debt financing to fund this deal. The Serum Institute Life Sciences deal is also on track for closing in the second half of this calendar year. And we continued to improve the performance of existing products coupled with potential US launches of biosimilar aspart, bevacizumab and adalimumab, which we believe will enable the current Viatris-led business to deliver robust growth over the next coming years. I would also like to state that we have exercised our option for biosimilar aflibercept as a part of the Viatris deal. Now coming to generics, I would like to say that this business reported a strong showing this quarter, largely on account of increased APIs business as well as the everolimus generics launch in the US market. We have also received US FDA approvals for posaconazole and dorzolamide, an ophthalmic product, which has just been launched this quarter. The FY22 performance of generics was muted largely because of certain pandemic challenges that we encountered in the first 2 quarters, but have since normalized. We have also had certain pricing pressure, which also muted our FY22 performance. But going forward, we expect new capacities kicking in from our Vizag facility, and of course, new launches being factored in FY23, which will actually propel growth this coming fiscal. Now coming to research services, again, Syngene demonstrated a good showing in Q4 and a 19% annualized growth, which was on account of all its business segments. Syngene has gained more than 100 new clients in FY22, and it has also renewed its long-term partnership with Amgen in FY22. Let me also take you through some other highlights. Biocon's board of directors has recommended a final dividend at the rate of 10% of the face value per share for financial year ended March 31st, 2022. Another important announcement I'd like to share with you is the appointment of Nainal Kidwai as additional director on the board of Biocon Limited with effect from April 28, 2022 for a period of 3 years till the conclusion of the 47th AGM to be held in 2025. In conclusion, I would like to say that Biocon has delivered a strong revenue growth both in Q4 and this fiscal, led by biosimilars. We continue to make investments in R&D and capacity expansion to drive future growth in all our businesses. We believe that the 2 strategic transactions with Viatris and Serum Institute will provide very strong inorganic growth for Biocon Biologics, which is already trending upwards in terms of organic growth. And we believe that these transactions will catapult Biocon Biologics into being a global leader in biosimilars and will truly dimension it as one of the largest fully integrated biosimilars enterprise with a differentiated portfolio of insulins, biosimilar mAbs, as well as vaccines. And with that, I'd like to conclude by saying that we are now committed to delivering strong growth and performance across all our businesses. Thank you.